In the next two examples or exercises, we're going to write down our justifications for each step of solving a multi-step equation. So we're going to look at what the authors have done, and we're going to say what they did in order to get there, which property of equality or which one of the steps and strategies that we've been using to solve multi-step equations did they use. Alright, so if you look at the first, example number 38, what changed between the first row and the second row is that the plus 1, the minus 1 has gone away, which means that the student added 1 to both sides. And so I'm going to say add 1. Add 1 to both sides. And I won't write to both sides because we know that's what has to happen. So we added 1, the negative 1 on the left side went away, the 6 became a 7. Next, what did the student do? Well, we can see that the fraction is no longer there, but inside of the parentheses is exactly the same. So what the student did here is multiplied both sides by the reciprocal of negative 1/2. And so that is, they multiplied both sides by negative 2. Multiply by negative 2. We won't have to say both sides. That's implied there. So on the left side, the negative 1/2 went away because we multiplied by its reciprocal, and that negative 1/2 became 1. And 1 times 5x minus 8, still 5x minus 8. On the right side, negative 2 times 7 gave us negative 14. Next, we simply add 8 to both sides. And when we do, we get 5x on the left, negative 6 on the right. Then we divided both sides by 5. And we came up with the final answer of x is equal to negative 6/5. In the next problem, you can see that the first thing that was done was to distribute. We multiplied the 2 times x and the 2 times 3. So distribute was done first. Then they actually simplified. They multiplied the 2 times the x, the 2 times the 3. So you can either say multiply or simplify. Either of those are okay. We didn't multiply both sides by something. We simply multiplied out the 2 times x and the 2 times 3. And the next step, we're combining like terms. So either simplify or combine like terms. And then we can see we subtract 6 on both sides, and we get 3x on the left, negative 15 on the right. Divide both sides by 3. And so what is the purpose of this exercise? It's really to help us put into words to make sure that as we're solving equations, we have the words that go along with it. We're adding both sides, same thing to both sides, multiplying the both sides by the same thing, adding again, dividing, etc. Distributing, simplifying, subtracting, dividing. Okay, we will go on. If you need to rewind or replay, otherwise we'll go on to the next exercise. Okay, then in the next two exercises, the next two exercises are very similar to the previous two. In the previous two, everything was done correctly, and we just had to label or to explain or justify each step that was taken to arrive at the correct conclusion. In this type of problem, which we call error analysis, someone was again doing step by step what they thought should have been done, and yet a mistake was made. So we want to learn to identify where we ourselves make mistakes or where someone else has made a mistake, and this helps us to have a deeper understanding of the strategies used to solve problems, and it also helps us not to make those same mistakes ourselves. So in number 40, we start with negative 2 times the quantity 7 minus y, then plus 4 is equal to negative 4. So let's see what the student did. So they should have multiplied negative 2 times 7 for a total of negative 14. They should have also multiplied negative 2 times negative y to get a positive 2y. So already we can see where the student's mistake was. Negative times negative should have given us positive, and so let's see how we go about explaining this. So I'll say distributing on the left should have resulted in negative 14 plus 2y and then plus 4. Instead, they wrote negative 14 minus 2y and plus 4. Okay, so that's how we're going to, we found an error and we explain what the student did wrong. In the next example, we start out with 1/4 times the quantity x minus 2 plus 4 is equal to 12. So we should have used addition and subtraction first, subtracting 4 from both sides. And it appears that the student did that correctly. Subtracted 4 from both sides. Now next, they have 1/4 times the quantity x minus 2. So they should have multiplied both sides by 4 over 1, the reciprocal of 1/4. And when they multiplied both sides by the reciprocal of 1/4, then on the left they did correctly. The 1/4 became a 1, leaving x minus 2 on the left side. But on the right side, instead of multiplying 8 times 4 over 1, they multiplied 8 times 1/4, or they divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4, and they came up with 2, and it should have been 32. So we'll put into words, and that is from the second to the third step, or we'll just say in the third step, they multiplied the left side by 4 correctly, but they divided the right side by 4 to get 2 instead of multiplying by 4 to get 32, as they should have. And so that does it for problems 40 and 41, and we'll end this video here.